testing. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, hello.
ಹಲೋ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ? ಅಲ್ಲ
Dear all, welcome to another session in the series of benefits from space lecture. Today it is about the most beautiful planet, right, that we look for in the night sky. So it is about the Saturn. This series is given by our director, Dr. B.R. Guruprasad. Is a well-known scientist from ISRO. He is now the director at Planetarium. So he is giving this talk. Today he will be talking about, the robotic exploration of a Saturn, which is the jewel of solar system. So you might have attended the other lectures in this series. So it has covered almost all of the planets, right? So today it is about planet Saturn. So I welcome Dr. B.R. Guruprasad sir to take over. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon to you all. Those of you who have joined offline, who are present here, as well as those of you who are online. And audio is okay, no? Okay? Today, in the Benefits from Space lecture series at Planetarium, we are going to talk about Saturn. The exploration of the Saturn by robotic spacecraft like Voyager, Cassini, or Pioneer, such things. So it's a very fascinating story indeed, the exploration of Saturn, as well as the planet itself is very, very fascinating, interesting, and exhilarating to look at it and to learn about it. So that is why I gave the topic as the caption for my talk as Robotic Exploration of Saturn, the Jewel of the Solar System. Before I start my talk, I would request you, please have a look at our website, okay? And even those of you who are interested can give your mobile numbers. We will try to send the individual information also about interesting lectures. Last week, when we had a lecture on Lagrangian points, I told that next week I am going to speak about the exploration of the solar system under the Benefits from Space series. About Saturn I will be speaking. So people were so interested, but I don't know. The thing is, people start coming much later. Anyway, thank you. Please, you should know that Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium is an honest organization striving for popularizing science, to enable students to have scientific attitude, and to the general public to entertain them, inform them about developments in astronomy. Okay? So, please do attend our lectures. Every first Sunday we have Ask an Astronomer and Know Your Stars program. Second week we have Science Club, like last week. And third week we have a film show. Today on Hubble Space Telescope we are going to have a film show after this lecture. And fourth Sunday used to be, there will be a talk, jointly organized talk called Copy with Curiosity. So, like this, in addition to that, we have science, non-formal science education. We want to strategize students from this age, from that age, up to the university, undergraduate level. They should become research minded. We do it through our non-formal science education program, first of which will be SEED, which is for 3rd, 4th and 5th grade. We have tiny talks. 6th and 7th we have fun with science. 8th, 9th and 10th we have science over the weekend, and for science over the weekend for 8th, 9th, 10th and for +2, and for undergrads we have research education advancement program in physics as well as biology. Now we are converting maths also into this format, and hopefully we will start chemistry also. So, without further delay, shortly we want to, but still certain things need to be sorted out at the earliest. We'll inform. Now, all of you have to agree with me that there has been a tremendous explosion in the human knowledge about the solar system in the past 60 to 70 years, especially from the year, let us say 1959, when the first spacecraft was sent towards the moon. That was a spacecraft from former USSR. After that, USA, which was in close competition with it, started sending this spacecraft, and thanks to this, this competition, solar system has been explored very, very extensively by both USSR and United States, and later by many countries in Europe and your own country also. In fact, I am going to tell you about this in the lecture series Benefits from Space, whatever is remaining. I have already covered Moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter. Now today I am coming to Saturn. Okay, somebody has to help me here. Just next slide, Andre Satu will lead madadra. Just this. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, now let us go to first slide, please. Okay, this is the solar system. I have shown this slide earlier. See, in the solar system you have a central star which is huge, really, called the sun. It is the only star in the solar system. And around that star, there are 8 large bodies, which are revolving around it. They are called as planets. And beyond the 8 planets, there is one body which is called as a dwarf planet today. And once upon a time, it was referred to as the 9th planet of the solar system. And of course, in addition to this star and the planets and the dwarf planet, that is not the only dwarf planet, one more is there. And not one more, some more are there. Then you have satellites that go around planets, natural satellites, like our own moon. Mars has 2, Jupiter has 4. Like that, I'll come to that. So, in addition to that, we have asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids are nothing but what they look like. They look like the pieces of a planet. Pieces of a planet. Then we have comets. I need not have to tell you about comets. They look like broomsticks kind of thing, and many people are scared by them. So all these things comprise solar system. Next one, please. See, these are the 8 planets of the solar system. You have Mercury or Buddha, you have Venus or Shukra, we have Earth, Bhumi with its moon Chandra, Mangala, Mars, Jupiter, Guru, Saturn, Shani, Uranus and Neptune. Of all the 8 planets of the solar system, Saturn is called as the jewel of the solar system because of its rings. Rings are so fascinating really to look at. They are a visual feast for anybody who looks at them. So these are the 8 planets. Next one. Of these 8 planets, 4 of them, inner 4 belong to a category called terrestrial planets. Terrestrial means Earth-like planets. Okay, that means these 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, all of them, they are somewhat smaller, not very small, smaller compared to the other planets in the outer solar system, but they have solid surface on which theoretically we can stand. Okay, on Earth I am standing comfortably. I cannot stand like this on Venus or Mercury or even on Mars in a shirt sleeve environment. It is not possible. Mars is supposed to be a heaven compared to Mercury or Venus. But even on Mars, if I stand in this shirt sleeve environment, all the fluids in my lungs, they will come out. And my blood starts boiling within the blood vessels because of very low atmospheric pressure. This is an experiment one can do. Okay, these are 4 terrestrial planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Mercury is 40% the size of the Earth, Venus 90%, Mars is 60% the size of the Earth. Next comes in the outer solar system, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are truly giants. They are so big, in fact. In one Jupiter, you can put 1,300 Earths. In one Saturn, you can put 750 Earths. In one Uranus and Neptune, you can put 50 Earths each. Okay, that's the dimension of the outer solar system. Previous one, please. Previous. Okay, take the case of Mercury. Mercury, distance also, don't think of distance. Bangalore from your residence, you might have come to Planetarium by traveling at the most 20-25 kilometers maximum. Otherwise, maybe on the average 15 kilometers from your house. But please, in our country, we always, for good or bad, we use crores and lakhs. Okay? So, how much of wastage or something else? Crores, we say. So, like that, I don't want to use millions and trillions or billions. Mercury on the average is at a distance of 6 crore kilometers. I have told this earlier. Venus 11 crore kilometers on the average from the Sun. Earth 15 crore kilometers on the average, or 150 million kilometers. And Mars 23 crore kilometers. Okay. So, Earth and Sun distance, if you take 1 kilometer, Mars is 1.5. Mercury and Venus still lower. Okay. And let's go to the next slide. Jupiter is 5.2 times as far from the Sun as the Earth is. Saturn is 9.5 times as far from the Sun as the Earth is. Uranus only 19.5 times on the average compared to the distance between the Earth and the Sun. And Neptune is only 160, it's only 30 times the average distance between the Earth and the Sun. Pluto, dwarf planets, 39 times, almost 40 times. Look at the dimensions in the outer solar system. Mercury 6 crores, Venus 11 crores, nearby only. Earth 15 crores, Mars 23 crores, but Jupiter 78 crores. Saturn 149 crores, Uranus 285 crores, Neptune 485 crores, Pluto 600 crore kilometers. Enormous distances separate the planets in the outer solar system. And enormous dimensions are there for this. Next, amongst these, this is the 6th planet from the Sun called Saturn. Saturn is the jewel of the solar system. Jewel of the solar system because of its rings. Today, at this time, I think if Anand can qualify this, now the rings of Saturn cannot be seen like this. They are seen edge on almost. Okay, because of the perspective. Saturn's orbit is inclined, or it is tilted at an angle to the plane of the orbit of the Earth. So, sometimes when you look at Saturn, it looks like this. You cannot see the rings, only you are seeing them edge on. But if it is like this, you can see, isn't it, all the rings. Or if it is like this also, you can see from bottom. But now it is not possible. But anyway, in this picture it is, you can see it. Saturn is really a jewel indeed, jewel. So why? I'll tell you next. Saturn is named after the Roman god of agriculture. You should appreciate one thing. See, once upon a time when Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn were seen as dots of light slowly moving against the background of fixed stars over a period of weeks, not from hour to hour. Over a period of weeks, they were thought of as gods. This is not limited to any single civilization. All the ancient civilizations saw these dots of light, wandering dots of light. Planetes means wandering, wanderer. These wandering dots of light as gods. That is the way they were seen. Religious belief is one thing. I don't want to go into that. My focus is always on science. Okay? I believe in science. Okay? So, Saturn is named after the Roman god of agriculture. Earlier, this god in the Greek civilization, it was identified with Cronus. Cronus in Greek civilization became Saturn in Roman civilization. Next. This Saturn or Cronus is a horrible fellow, it seems, because there are many things which are associated with him. One thing is, he married his own sister. These are all the mythologies you have to. And once his children were born, he used to eat the newborn babies, it seems. He was a horrible fellow, okay? Then, but he had lot of people, consorts and associates who were called as Titans and Titanesses, as well as his descendants. Today, the planet Saturn, its satellites, they are all named after them. Okay? This is about Greco-Roman civilization. Okay? Then Kronos and later Saturn was supposed to be the father of Jupiter or Zeus. Okay? Zeus was in Greek civilization, Jupiter in Roman civilization. So, when he used to devour his children, Saturn or Kronos, then what he did was somehow his wife tricked him to devour something else instead of a child, and that is how Jupiter or Zeus, actually he survived, and later he defeated his own father, etc., etc. That is the way the story goes. These are all mythologies. Next, one minute, I'll tell you what our civilization thought of about these planets. Let me show you a song. It is almost in Sanskrit. This is only mythology. What we thought is space bar rati saka. So all the 9 planets Narada is going. This is in ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Can you press the space bar? No. Go back. Wait. So it is, see, first graha. Graha means, sun and moon also, they appear to move around the earth. So they were also thought of as grahas in our culture. And of course, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, 5 plus 2, 7. And Rahu, Ketu also, which are nothing but nodal points of the moon. They classified them. And each one of them, Surya, Chandra, Buddha, Mercury, Venus, Buddha, Shukra, like that it goes. Each one of them, how he addresses, you can see in this song. Yes. No. Go back. No. Space bar id ಮಾಡಿ. Yeah, click on the screen. Go back. Click on the screen. Jaya Jaya Jagadisha, Jaya Jaya Jagadisha,
మాం పాహి పరమేశ్వర గౌరీశ జయ జయ జగదీశ.
See, this is Surya.
గ్రహగని ప్రథమనే పూర్ణ ప్రకాశనే, గ్రహగని ప్రథమనే పూర్ణ ప్రకాశనే, హే సూర్యదేవనే, హే సూర్యదేవనే సాసానవదనే జయ జయ జగదీశ. శాంత స్వరూపనే శశికళాంకనే, శాంత స్వరూపనే శశికళాంకనే, హే చంద్ర దేవనే, హే చంద్ర దేవనే సాశాలవందనే.
It is Mars.
అంగారకమే భూమి కుమారనే, అంగారకమే భూమి కుమారనే, మంగళదేవనే, మంగళదేవనే సాసాగవందనే జయ జయ జగదీశ. చంద్రతారయరా చంద్రతారయర ప్రేమ కుమారన, చంద్రతారయర ప్రేమ కుమారన, హే బుధ దేవనే, హే బుధ దేవనే సాష్టాంగవందనే. శ్రద్ధాదేవియ గర్భ సంజాతనే, శ్రద్ధాదేవియ గర్భ సంజాతనే, హే దేవ గురువే, హే దేవ గురువే సాష్టాంగవందనే జయ జయ జగదీశ. విక్రమ విజయమే విక్రమ విజయమే విప్రశ్రేష్టనే, విక్రమ విజయమే విప్రశ్రేష్టనే, హే శుక్ర దేవనే, శుక్రదేవనే సాష్టాంగవందనే. ఉపగ్రహ పరివృత అతమ వైభవనే, ఉపగ్రహ పరివృత అతమ వైభవనే, హే శనిదేవనే, హే శనిదేవనే సాష్టాంగవందనే.
Okay, okay, okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. See, I told you, Mercury is named after the Roman god of messengers. That is in Roman pantheon. Venus, goddess of love. But the fact that it is a horrible place, nobody knew. Mars is supposed to be the god of war, but it's a cold planet, cold desert. Jupiter, a gaseous planet. Okay, Zeus, okay, or Jupiter. Saturn, Kronos, okay. And you saw the song, it is almost though it's a Kannada song, it is a Sanskrit word. Upagraha parivruta asama vaibhavane, he Shani Devane. That is what the songwriter has written. Believe me, it is in the early 60s or something. This is from a Rajkumar movie in the 1960s, 60 years back. But I don't know how he wrote this, because the number of satellites for Saturn today, which is known, 293. No planet, even Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, doesn't have so many moons. Jupiter has got at the most 95 or something. Saturn 293, and it is a fascinating thing. Upagraha parivruta asama vaibhavane. I don't know how he wrote that guy. It is a coincidence, could be. So, but anyway, all said and done, mythology, that is, no civilization is exception to this. Whether Hindu civilization, Chinese civilization, or even Greek, Roman, Babylonian, Sumerian, Egyptian, what do you want to take? Everything is there. American Indian, Inca, okay, or Aztec, okay, like this. But anyway, that was before Renaissance. Then Galileo Galilei was the first person to look at Saturn through a telescope. Before that, Saturn was a dot of light, not as bright as Jupiter or Venus, but still faint. But Galileo, when he looked at, next one, when he looked at night sky through his telescope, especially when he's, yeah, I'll come back to you. In the end, you can ask me.
I mean, I just
Please, don't worry. Okay, then when he looked at the telescope and looked at Saturn, next one, this is how it looked to him, to his very crude telescope. What is this? Saturn appears to be three globes. He saw like that, and otherwise he saw that it was a frying pan with handles. Like that it looked to him. Or it has sprouted ears like this. That is what he interpreted, Galileo Galilei, because his magnifying power of its telescope was only 8 times or something like that. But actually, okay, he got confused. After some time, when he looked at Saturn, again it appeared as a single globe only. The other 2 years, everything had vanished, and they reappeared again. What is this? What is this miracle? He was thinking. He could not understand. Next, there was a great person, a Dutch fellow by name Christian Huygens. He is known for his wave theory of light. He had a better telescope. He was a fantastic telescope maker. Okay, Christian Huygens in 1650s. Galileo saw it in 1610 AD. 1650, he looked at it, looked at Saturn, and very clearly explained it has rings, or it has a ring which doesn't touch the surface of the planet. He very clearly explained. So there lies the greatness of Huygens. And of course, next one, he discovered the largest satellite of Saturn called Titan. Okay, I'll come to that a little later. This was in 17th century itself. Next, this great fellow who was born in Italy but migrated to France, his name was Giovanni Cassini. Okay, in France, once he went to France, he adopted his French name, Jean-Dominique Cassini. So he is another great fellow. I have told many of my European friends, he has, like Newton or Galileo, he has not got the credit he deserves, because he was the person who measured how big the solar system is. But what about Saturn? I am talking about Saturn. What did he do? He found a gap between the rings. Even today it is known as Cassini division. In fact, rings are there, at least between 2 rings there was a gap, dark gap. It is called Cassini division. I'll come to that. Next. So look at that. That is the Cassini division in the rings. Okay, that's the thing. Next. So you see Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune circling. Jupiter takes, how much time does it take to go around the sun once? Only 11.9 years. We take 1 year. Jupiter 11.9 years. Saturn 29.5 years. Uranus 84 years. Neptune only 165 years to go around the sun once. Okay, Saturn is 29.5 years. Its axis is also tilted like Earth's. Next. So, as I told you, Saturn on the average is 9.5 times as far from the sun as the Earth is. Next. Look at that. This is the way it is. This is the Earth, this is the Moon, and this is Saturn, how big it is. So, you can easily put 750 Earths inside one Saturn. In Jupiter, it is still bigger, 1300 here. This is the second largest planet in the solar system, 750 Earths. Next one. Okay, look at that. As I told you, why Saturn is called as the jewel of the solar system? Because of its rings. Look at them, so beautiful. But before the rings, let us see the disk of Saturn. It is about 120,000 kilometers diameter. Our diameter is 12,000 kilometers, almost 9.5 to 10 times. Okay, and Saturn is a ball of gases for the most part. What does it contain? Hydrogen and helium, mostly hydrogen and helium, maybe 75 to 25%. That is the ratio. Okay, hydrogen and helium, nothing else is there. They are in trace amounts. When you prepare rasam or sambar or something else, even upma, you season it, using mustard and such things, what we say, ogarane in Kannada. That kind of thing, a smattering of some more elements, that's all. But mostly it is hydrogen and helium like in this sun. Jupiter is also like that, but Uranus and Neptune a little bit different. Okay, so look at the globe of Saturn. It is mostly hydrogen and helium. First there are gases. Those gases, they become thicker and thicker and thicker. When you go down and down and down, it becomes liquid. Then hydrogen behaves like a metallic thing. Then you go to the central part, it is the core, which is a rock somewhat. Okay, rock and ice combined, then hydrogen, metallic hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, gaseous hydrogen, and that is what Saturn is. Okay, that is what the disk of Saturn. Don't worry about the rings, I will come to that. Okay, next. What is the temperature of Saturn? It is horrible in the, this one, it is about minus 140 degrees at the top of the clouds, minus 140 degrees. Here, this kind of temperature means we freeze to death, that's all. So that is the way in the outer solar system. Jupiter is minus 110, Uranus is minus 195, Neptune is minus 200 degrees centigrade. This is the way. Next. Not only it is the disk, okay, the globe of Saturn, you see in the North Pole, you see a hexagonal shaped feature. This is so many earths you can put inside one. What is this? This is a whirlwind kind of thing covered by a fortress kind of thing. Why it is like that? Nobody is able to fully explain. They try to do an experiment to mimic this in laboratory, but only it survived for a short while, then it dissipated. But this has been going on for a long time. Next, it changes its color also. Why? There are so many questions. Okay, next. So, this is Saturn and its rings seen by Voyager spacecraft. You see there are different colors here, hues are there. Okay, this is due to ammonia crystals, ammonia and methane, or methane, whatever you call it. That is the reason why it is like this. Next. This is not the regular color. Sometimes in order to understand the enhanced colors or put artificial colors also to a certain extent. So this is the thing. Next. See, look at that. This is the ring structure of this one, Saturn. There are 7 rings for Saturn. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but it doesn't start from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The ring which is very nearest to the surface of Saturn or atmosphere of Saturn is called D ring, then C ring, okay, then B ring, then A ring, then next E doesn't come, F ring, G ring, then E ring. It comes like this. First Cassini saw only one ring. Cassini division is there between B and A. So B and A are the most pronounced, all other rings are somewhat fainter. Okay, next. And you can see aurora. Aurora is nothing but polar lights there. Dhruva Prabha, what we say. I have seen it from Alaska. Beautiful experience. Colors changing in the sky like anything. So on Saturn, far spectacular aurora can be seen. Next. Of course, interior of Saturn, I told you, interior is, first is gaseous hydrogen and helium, then liquid, then followed by metallic thing, okay, liquid, metal, then core contains rock and ice mixture, okay, this is the thing. Next. So this is the another slide which shows the same thing, okay. Next one. This is yet another thing, mixture of rock and ice and metallic fluids and wobbling core. And next the magnetic field. Magnetic field, like Earth, Saturn also has a magnetic field which is very powerful, which is about 500 times as powerful as that of Earth from one perspective, 500 times. If you think, this is good, Jupiter's magnetic field is 20,000 times as powerful as the Earth's. That's why it is not easy to go near Jupiter, we get killed. For even robotic spacecraft, they had to have lot of protection. Next. Now, these are the rings of Saturn, as I told you. People were not knowing this was the ring structure. They look like the grooves on a gramophone plate earlier, in fact. That kind of, or even CDs are there, or DVDs are there. So strips are there on that. Okay, so this is the way it looks. Next. See, this is what I said. You see, certain times, when depending on the orientation, you will not be able to see the rings at all. Okay, the rings can be seen only when they are not edge on. Either you can see the bottom or you can see the top. Sometimes they are like that. So you will not be able to see. Next, you will see this is the kind of thing. Okay, rings are edge on almost. See, rings are not able to be seen. Edge on. Next. So this is the way different rings are there. You can see the Cassini division between A and B. For all practical purposes, B and A rings are the most spectacular. All other rings, okay, through spacecraft and through other means, scientists have found out. Next one. So you can see, see G ring, F ring, all these things are there. So A ring, and this is only academically interesting. Okay, but what are these rings made of? Why they are there? The rings of Saturn are made of mostly water ice with a mixture of rock and peppered with dust. Okay, this is what is the structure and the composition of Saturn's rings. Next, look at that. This is what I said, grooves of a gramophone plate. This is the way the rings of Saturn looks. So ring is not a sheet kind of thing. There are so many ringlets, that is small ones. This was found by Voyager spacecraft. Before that we were not knowing at all. Only in 1980 for the first time we came to know about it. Next. So look at that. Again, to enhance the details, they are given different colors. Next. Look at that. There are, can you see these black colored things there? They look like spokes from a central hub. This was really bizarre for scientists, Voyager scientists, what it is. Now there are different explanations for that. How can it be there when different ringlets are there? How can they be there across them? It is not possible, but that is how it is. Next, sometimes a ring is prevented from dissipating, that is withering away, by two shepherding moons. Shepherd dogs are there, you know what do? They herd the cattle are the sheep into a herd. So shepherding moons are there. They are the ones which are keeping the rings stable. Okay, next. So this is yet another picture of rings of Saturn. Next. This is yet another thing from the bottom you are seeing. Okay. These are all spacecraft pictures taken by Cassini and Voyager. Next, see, you can see the rings, and beyond the rings you can see Titan satellite. Okay, next. See, this is what I said. There are different satellites of Saturn. I told you total number of satellites for Saturn is 293. Till now, no other planet is known to have so many rings. Next, See, these are the satellites. I'll come to satellites quickly. Next. So these are the satellites. I will show you the pictures of satellites. Next. Okay, this is a picture of some of the satellites of Saturn taken from the Earth using a telescope. Not much details are known. Next. Okay, this satellite is one of the innermost satellites of Saturn. The satellites of Saturn are mostly ice and rock. Mostly ice, water ice. Okay, and of course they contain rock also. This is called as Janus. This satellite is Janus. You see, it is not a sphere. It is not spherical. It looks like a potato kind of thing because it is very small. Janus. Next, Epimetheus. This is another potato, not sphere. Okay. Next, Mimas. You can see a crater which is 1/3 the size of the satellite itself. If it were to be bigger, it would have broken up. Okay. Mimas. Next, Enceladus. This is very important. I'll come back to it. Enceladus. This one. Next, this is called Tethys. This is yet another satellite, Tethys. Next. So there are some more things. Rhea. Okay, Tethys and Rhea, and next Hyperion and such things are there. Okay. Next, apart from this is called Phoebe. Phoebe. Any one of you have seen the American sitcom Friends? You have seen. There is one Phoebe Buffet there, you know. That name is after this only. Phoebe is one of, who are all these things? Janus, Mimas, Enceladus, Tethys. Who are all these? They are nothing but Titans and Titanesses. I told you. Okay, they are all consorts of Saturn. Okay, and descendants. Okay, next, brothers and sisters. Yeah, this is called Iapetus. You can see half of it is bright, half of it is dark. Bizarre stuff in fact. Okay, Iapetus. Next, look at that. These are the potatoes. Most of them. These are all very small. Most of them are very small. Okay, next. Now very quickly I will go through the exploration of Saturn. Till 1979 nobody knew much about Saturn. In that year, a spacecraft called Pioneer 11, 1979, it went near Saturn. Next, this is the spacecraft that went near Saturn. Next, it showed how the rings of the Saturn as well as the disk of Saturn looked. Okay, this is the way. Next, and it showed yet another picture of Saturn and its rings. Not many details were available. But it discovered a new ring called F ring. I told you rings come like this: D, C, B, A. Between B and A is the Cassini division. Then you have E is not there. F ring was discovered by this Pioneer 11. Next G, finally comes E. Okay, this is the order of discovery. Next, or even distance. Next. Why? Yeah, you put space bar. This is the launch of Voyager 1. It will come. Yeah, can you put, no, you go back. Oh, previous. Alla, 1 ನಿಮಿಷ. No. Okay. You see the launch of Voyager 1 and 2. This is the way a rocket called Titan, not the satellite of Saturn. Titan is this rocket. Okay, this is the one which launched Voyager 1 and 2. Okay, next. What happened? Again you put press bar, space bar. No. Why it's happening like this? Again you have to go over that. Yeah. Now. What? Yeah, you can see this is the way Voyager spacecraft went to Saturn, and they changed the human perspective entirely as to how it is. Because for the first time they showed the ringlets, they showed the disk of Saturn, how it is, and it was a feast to the eyes. I was in my college at that time, really I was mesmerized by this. Yeah, look at that, the way in which it was there. Next. Look at that, this is what I said, like the grooves of a gramophone plate. That is the way the rings of Saturn look. Okay, next. Yeah, you can see them, movie also. Yeah, you can see a shepherding moon there between two rings, in fact, that has kept them close. Okay, yeah, next. Yeah, this is Voyager near Saturn. Next, quickly. This is Cassini spacecraft. I told you, Jean-Dominique Cassini was the person who found the gap. Okay, Cassini division between B ring and A ring. So this spacecraft was named as Cassini, launched by NASA in 1997. And look at that, this is the Huygens probe. Christian Huygens, I told you, he was the first person who said that rings doesn't touch the body of the Saturn or the atmosphere of Saturn. They are a distinct thing. And he was the person who detected for the first time the satellite of Saturn, Titan. Next. Look at that, a spacecraft, how does it show so much of information to us? It has got many spectrometers, it has got magnetometers, and it has got field instrument, to study the neutral atom particles, plasma, and many things, cameras, radars, and even the antenna which transmit the information can be used as an instrument, as a scientific instrument. Next. And this is the way Cassini went near Saturn. Voyager 1 and 2 and Pioneer 11, they just passed by Saturn. But this went into an orbit around Saturn in 2004 and it was there till 2017, 13 years. Next. Yeah, can you press this? Again, it's a video. Okay.
Giant world ruled by
this is the way Cassini is coming.
Harmonies of gravity.
Look at that. It's rocketing.
Cassini has one last daring assignment.
No, some more.
Giant world ruled by raging storms and delicate harmonies of gravity.
See, it is firing its rocket engine.
Now, Cassini has one last daring assignment.
Okay, that's all. Next.
Giant world ruled by raging storms and delicate
When near
harmonies of
Saturn,
gravity.
it fired its rocket engine and started something.
Now, Cassini has one last daring assignment.
Next. Next. Okay, don't worry. Okay. And you know, this Cassini spacecraft was there in orbit around Saturn for 13 years. 13 years. Then it met its end. NASA scientists didn't want the spacecraft to contaminate with earthly bacteria and such things on the two of the satellites of Saturn called, one is Enceladus, the other one is Titan. So they made it to have a suicidal dive into the Saturn itself after 13 years getting so much of information. That was a good strategy. Next. No, in that, yeah, look at that. This is Cassini's.
Cassini's grand finale is a brand new adventure.
Look at that.
22
How
dives
it is
through the
falling
space
towards the
between
ring
Saturn and its
and
rings.
crossing the ring plane. That is Saturn. Look at that.
As it repeatedly braves this unexplored region, Cassini seeks new insights about the origins of the rings and the nature of the planet's interior, closer to Saturn than ever before.
See the way. See, it is going
On the
towards
final
Saturn.
orbit, Cassini will plunge into Saturn, fighting to keep its antenna pointed at Earth as it transmits its farewell. In the skies of Saturn, the journey ends as Cassini becomes part of the planet itself.
burnt up in the atmosphere. Okay, this is the way. Next, it was deliberately destroyed. Now let me, in the next 5 minutes, let me tell you about Titan. Titan is the largest satellite of Saturn and the second largest satellite in the solar system after Jupiter's Ganymede. It's larger than planet Mercury. Okay. Next. So can you press again? It's a video. Yeah. Look at that. This is what is Titan, and these are the landscapes and such things. Okay. Next. Next one. Yeah, this is Titan again. I showed this slide earlier, how Huygens found. See, you can see the snow falling on Titan. Titan is a satellite of Saturn, largest satellite and second largest satellite in the solar. If you think snow is water, no, it is methane. Okay, because at that temperature and pressure, whatever is water cycle is there on Earth, it is methane cycle there. Next. Yeah, this is the way. When this spacecraft, Cassini spacecraft was near Saturn, just before it went to orbit, it separated Huygens probe and it started moving towards Saturn. Towards Titan. Next. Yeah, you see how it has separated. And on Sankranti day in 2004, Sankranti day, it went into an orbit. I was praying on that day, on Sankranti day, that it should go, there should not be any problem, because Europeans had suffered some problem with one of their Mars landers, okay, called Beagle 2. Such fate should not befall on this Huygens probe. I was praying, so my prayers were answered. It went. Next. Yeah, this is the way it went near Titan. Next. Yeah, this is the way it went and landed. Before you go to next slide, why Titan? Why? What is so special about Titan? The reason is, which is the major constituent of Earth's atmosphere? Any of you? Nitrogen. Yes. 79% nitrogen, 21% oxygen. There also nitrogen, 95%. But there is no oxygen. Other 5% for the most part is methane. Scientists think that today's Titan is like Earth before the dawn of life. Prebiotic chemistries might be going there, they think. That is the reason why they want to send a spacecraft. Next. Yeah, this is the way it landed on. Where is Saturn? Where is Earth? It has landed. Can you believe? Next, quickly. Yeah, this is, one more video. You see when, okay, anyway, don't worry about it. It's not coming, okay. This is the way the surface of Titan looked. This is the real picture, not a painting. Where is Saturn? Where is Earth? And where is Titan? Humans have landed there. This is a classic case of human ingenuity. Next. This is what I told you, Enceladus. I told you the name, okay. Janus, Epimetheus. Okay, then Enceladus also I told. Enceladus is also very important. It is because mostly it is water ice, and from here you can see jets of water like geysers. They are coming. They say there is a ocean behind that. Wherever there is water, scientists always suspect life. That is why Enceladus is very important. In order not to mess up with the environment, the ambience, the pristine environment of Titan and Enceladus, scientists decided to end the life of Cassini by making it to have a suicidal dive into the atmosphere of Saturn. Okay, next, quickly. Yeah, you can see, next 2 minutes, that's all. Next. Yeah, even Hubble Space Telescope is studying Saturn, you see the capability. Next. Now James Webb Space Telescope also is studying Saturn. Not only the earlier galaxies, this also. Next. Now In order to further explore Titan's surface and to study the chemistry there, prebiotic chemistry, perhaps they have a program called Dragonfly, NASA. By 2033 or so, they are going to send the spacecraft. Next, see the way in which it comes, goes there. Yeah, I must thank Mr. Deepak who downloaded the visuals for me today. Next one. Yeah, next. Again you press. This is the one. Today only we got it. This one. Look at that dragonfly. How it flies over Titan. Let me tell you one thing. Titan is atmosphere is very thick. Atmospheric pressure is 1.6 times that of Earth. That is, here one atmosphere on you and me, it would be 1.6 times, 0.6 times more. But your weight will be very less because the gravity is very less than that of the moon. So, even if you have a wing like this and flap the wings, you can fly there. But of course, there is no oxygen to breathe, that is different. Next. So, this is the way it is. Dragonfly NASA is sending in the next decade. Next. Thank you very much, really. See, this is what is the exploration of Saturn. Of course, when you guys grow up, maybe some more spacecraft, who knows? You may work for some space agency, maybe India itself, where you can send spacecraft towards Titan or even Enceladus. Nobody has sent a spacecraft to Enceladus. Only Cassini spacecraft, while orbiting Saturn, it just actually looked at different satellites of Saturn. So, who knows, small kids today who are in different classes, they might work for such an exciting mission. So, humans by nature, they are passionate. They want to understand the world. I told you, there was one, Captain Mallory was there. He was asked by a journalist, why do you want to climb Everest? He told, it seems because it is there. And Captain Mallory got killed. Okay, then he led an expedition and Colonel John Hunt came, and that is how Tenzing and Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, they climbed Everest in 1953. So, human passion for exploration and human ingenuity both are unique, and that has resulted in the past 7 decades in our explosive growth in our knowledge about the solar system. Thank you very much. Please do come for our programs again and again. I am telling you, please, if you have any question, next 5 minutes. Yeah, please.
Sir, I heard in a previous lecture that space exploration robots were mainly done for the Cold War.
Yeah, I understood your question. Space exploration is for the Cold War. Once upon a time, there is no Cold War at all. No. War is very hot in different parts of the world.
In this sense, how did these guys try to go on to the Saturn and the moon?
See, mathematical knowledge was already there and applied mathematics was developed. Okay, that is when they sent Voyager, one guy by name Gary Flandreau at JPL, he found out once in 176 years, planetary alignment is such that when you send some spacecraft to Jupiter, then you use the gravity of Jupiter to go to Saturn, then the gravity of Saturn to go to Uranus, then to Neptune, like that. So, this is the way it was, and it is possible. Any other question? Yes. 1 minute, that guy. Yeah, tell me, please. How many? You want to? It is for you. What is the diameter of the Earth? 13,000 kilometers. What is the distance from Sun to Saturn? You deduct 15 crore kilometers and think that in a straight line. 15 crore kilometers. You deduct by 149 crore kilometers. So 134 crore kilometers divided by 13,000 kilometers is how much? I'll come in 2 minutes. Okay? Yes. That girl. Yes.
Sir, you told that some Upagraha something. What's the meaning of that? told in the middle some Upagraha in Sanskrit something.
Inside?
That Upagraha something you told. What is the meaning of that?
Upagraha. Upagraha means satellite. Okay? Good, good, good. So nice.
No.
Yeah.
Bartila.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, not that. They didn't send it there, or they never had any intention to send there. It may accidentally go there and hit. Not to contaminate the pristine ambience there. They decided to make it a suicidal plunge. That's.
Check.
No, no, yes, very good question. Why did they send this Huygens probe? They had sterilized it before that. Don't worry about it. Planetary, you see, people are very much ethical questions they consider, and they sterilize the spacecraft before they send it, especially for pristine environments, especially where we suspect life. We should not contaminate with Earth life and think that life is there. Good question, real. No, Europa Clipper, there is one mission NASA is sending, and JUICE, J-U-I-C, JUICE only, Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer, that is being sent by European Space Agency. JUICE and Europa Clipper, both are going. They are on their way. Wait for some time.
How can a spacecraft contaminate the environment of an heavenly body?
Yes, yes. Can a spacecraft contaminate the environment of a heavenly body? It can if you don't sterilize it. Okay? Because it may contain earthly bacteria kind of thing. You have to be extremely careful. Any other question? Yes, sir. Quick. Please, sir. Please. Retrograde motion of the sun. Retrograde means, all the planets revolve around the sun from west to east. You see, if you go to the top, let us say, zenith, okay, celestial north, look down, all the planets, they appear to revolve around the sun from in the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. If something is moving in the clockwise direction, it is called retrograde. Or even all the planets also from west to east only. That is why we say sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So this is the way it is. So Venus is rotating from east to west. That is why it is called as retrograde. The so-called correct one is called as prograde. The so-called opposite and not the correct in quotes, one is called retrograde. Vakra could be. No, it is perspective only. See, sometimes Earth is moving around the sun faster compared to Mars. When Earth moves faster and overtakes it, it appears as though Mars is going down. It happens in a train also. That is called. It is not going back. Yes. How
are planets born?
How are planets? I don't know. How are planets born? Planets were born from a gigantic cloud, not the cloud which is there. Giant cloud called nebula. It contains gas and dust. So the that cloud started collapsing and your sun formed first. Very quickly planets including your Earth formed. Okay, good. Anything else? Yes, that girl there. Pardon, tell me.
If earthly bacteria also goes and there's no problem, right? Then it'd be like nice that earthly bacteria is able to live over there.
No, actually you should not. If there are life forms there, why you should harm them? That is not ethical. It might be scientifically may be interesting, but it may not be ethical. Don't spoil the pristine environment. Pristine means not disturbed one. They won't do that. That is why it is not only in the case of Jupiter also. Galileo, which was circling Jupiter, was also sent on a suicidal mission into Jupiter itself. Because it should not contaminate Europa. You have seen just now, Europa how it is. Chances of life are there. Okay, good. So, anything else? Jupiter ಒಳಗೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ Jupiter The conditions on Jupiter cannot support life as we know it. Life as we know it. Even Saturn. Only the satellites. Okay. Some of them, not all of them. Okay.
So then in case of Venus, did we actually contaminate Venus by
No. Did we? Yeah, I got it. He is asking, did we contaminate Venus? Don't worry, we didn't contaminate Venus. It is hell there. 450 degrees centigrade temperature, 90 times atmospheric pressure on falling on you and me. You can't breathe there, carbon dioxide, and God knows if rain falls. It doesn't fall, fortunately. If it falls, take it from me, sulfuric acid. No, it is not possible. No, we didn't contaminate, at least to my knowledge. Yes? No, even extremophiles, very difficult to find them, at least with the present knowledge. Very difficult to have life forms which can survive such horrible, hellish environment. Yes?
Can we survive any of the planet's atmosphere and the temperature and everything?
Yeah, she is asking a very interesting question. See, if not on planet, in the atmosphere can it survive? That is what they are looking into, the atmosphere of Venus, very near to us, nearest planet. Earth's evil twin, because hell it is. Yes, at a height of about 50 kilometers from the surface of Venus, temperature and pressure are similar to Earth. There some chemicals were found which were somewhat interesting from life point of view, but actually nothing has been found. Okay, I'll come back to you. Some more people are there. Yes, this guy you want to ask? Yeah.
Titan.
Is there?
If there was
Methane on Titan. Yes. What's your question? Enceladus. Cassini can't do that. Every spacecraft cannot do every work. You know what speed it will be moving? It is unimaginable. So we have to send a specific spacecraft only for exploring Enceladus. We need to send. Dragonfly is going to further explore Titan. Okay, good. Last question, yes. Why not? Voyager itself, Voyager 2 itself has gone to Uranus and Neptune. There is one American spacecraft, NASA spacecraft called New Horizons. It has gone to Pluto. It has gone beyond Pluto into the Kuiper belt. Okay, Arrokoth it has explored. Not Milky Way galaxy, out of the solar system they say, that too from one point of view. If you want to cross solar system really, take it from me, it may take for Voyager kind of spacecraft 1 lakh years. No, very good. It is not going. Voyager 1, if this is the plane of the solar system, Voyager 1 is going like this, Voyager 2 is going like this. Very good question. I think, yeah.
Let us thank.
You can talk to me. I'll give you my this one email address also. Is there anything to write? See, my email address is very easy. gurutitan@gmail.com. Not the Titan satellite, the rocket I showed you, the one which launched Voyager. I was mesmerized by that rocket during my college days. That is why I called it very easy. gurutitan@gmail.com. This is my email address. Okay, thank you very much. Kindly do attend for